Hi guys, it's me, just a machine again, and it's the time of year again where we all have to deal with the frightful things and spooky happenings thereabouts. I am talking about the frightful month of October. Yes, and at the end of it we have Halloween, one of the best times of year, in my opinion. So to start this year off proper, the year of Halloween the month of Halloween, 2025, I should be talking about this little number of a movie, Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers. And let me tell you something, this movie is awesome. I love it. It's great. It's a classic Scooby-Doo movie in which the ghosts are real. In fact, some of them even allied themselves with Scooby-Doo and Shaggy Rogers, played by Don Messick and Casey Kasem. Yeah, this movie does include Scooby-Doo as well, played by Don Messick also. Now, before I get into this movie, I gotta tell you guys, I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo cartoons when I was a little kid, and I gotta say that I didn't find them annoying at all. I did find them a little bit annoying at times, but still, I didn't find them as annoying as some of the other kid characters on daytime shows. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed Flim Flam from the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. So I didn't find him as robustly annoying as some other people would. That being said, I understand where the hatred for this guy came from. It was more of an in-joke than anything else to say that he was annoying as all hell. But also in this cartoon, there are also a few new things that weren't seen in any other Scooby-Doo media, as far as I'm aware. Okay, first of all, we have Shaggy Rogers on the cover of this movie with his trademark, I guess trademark, a green t-shirt. It's right here. But in the movie itself, as per this, I guess the picture is the image from the movie itself. You see that he's wearing red. In the regular movie, he showed in red. I don't think they ever show him in red again. Maybe in the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, but that was a sideshow, so I don't think that counts. But yeah. It also featured a truck that Shaggy drives around. And I love that truck. It was so awesome. It was so good. It was so reliable and so much more masculine, if you will, compared to the Mystery Machine van. Much more practical than the other big monstrosity from the 50 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, that little RV number there. I actually like this truck more than the others. And it's weird that they had the Scooby-Doo logo on top of it too. Kind of like, how do you put this? Kind of like, I viewed it as kind of like, like almost like nepotistic, or for kind of like Scooby-Doo with its own brand, but the brand was named after the dog. So I don't get would do narcissistic in my opinion. That's all narcissistic. But also there were a few characters in it that were new to this movie and only new to this movie. And one guy is not very character, more like a deceased character, which I never picked up on. One of the controversies of this movie. Not very controversial, one of a plot hole really. And that'd be Colonel Beauregard, which is Shaggy's uncle, I guess. It's funny that his parents supposed to be a Civil War combatant or something in the Civil War era. But yet, this is the 1960s, 1970s. So, I don't get how that guy could live long enough to pass on his fortune and property to Shaggy Rogers. I never picked that up until now. I'm assuming that maybe Shaggy was born like in the mid-50s, somewhere around there. So, the guy must have lived for almost 200 years for that to happen. So I don't get how that works out, but I mean, also the property really doesn't make much sense either because many of the furnishings in the house are of the modern era. Unless the guy really liked a Civil War cosplay or Civil War reenactments, whatever. And he looks like my old teacher, believe it or not, in his old costume. So anyway, they have a modern light fixtures in the house. They have trapdoors in the old Beauregard mansion, which is like a southern plantation house, which kind of leads me to believe that at one point this guy owned slaves. But they don't really talk about that. He's a plantation owner in this house. And it's kind of weird. Also, another thing too is that this guy, Colonel Beauregard, actually resembled one of the spirits from Scooby-Doo on Dominant Island. I'm trying to make that into linking the two movies together or whatnot, but it's kind of interesting to see. Also, the satellite pictures, the guy also rides a bicycle. That's like one old-fashioned bicycle, but one of them, what the hell do they call that thing? Penny farthing, the one with the really big wheels in the front, what that says, of a man, and then they have the little wheels in the back. He has one of those, and he also has a modern speaking butler in Farquaad, which I swear to God is the inspiration for the engine from Crash Bandicoot, which is one of my favorite side characters in the whole franchise. Besides the two Bandicoots and other leads. But anyway, they also have a more modern boat imperial system in the property too. So you have a motorboat too, which I don't believe it's anything they would have in the Civil War era. if they did have that kind of technology and that kind of regulation of vehicles, I'm sure they probably wouldn't have lost the war as badly as they did. But besides that, there are also some other characters in this that are very important to me. Number one is C.E. Mace, a very beautiful woman who I feel should get more representation in media, because she says like a stereotype about the southern girl who's really strong, who's really beautiful, and who's in love with the main protagonist, who has a very sexy Southern Belle accent. So she reminded me of that girl seeing Sally Mae from the Beverly Hillbillies TV show. I'm pretty sure that they probably based it off of her, and the voice of Victoria Carroll, and provided her voice, and she is in love with Shaggy, to the point that it's like a sexual harassment type of thing, like she'll try to make out with him and everything else. I mean, what is it with Shaggy and all the hot women in these cartoons? You got her, you got Googie from the first from Scooby-Doo and the Riddler, the werewolf, and then in the new remakes they have him with Mary Jane. I mean, what is it with him and getting these gorgeous blondes? But also, beside the point that she's incredibly hot and good looking, and she got a real cute accent, it's also very strong. I mean, like She-Hulk level strong. Not quite the Hulk, but She-Hulk level. So, I feel that's kind of the type of her. Plus, she walk around barefoot in, it's gonna be, Daisy Duke jeans and the top two. Also, another thing too is that her brother, Billy Bob, is a gun-happy guy that's wanting to shoot Shaggy for being related to Beauregard, and they took him right out of the Hatfield and McCoys, argument or feud over something or other, which again is tailed after one of the characters from the show, the Beverly Hillbillies. So he's another, I guess you could call him a redneck stereotype about shoot first, ask question later. Plus he's dumb as a rock too. So there's that. Also, this is a Hanna-Barbera production. So you can tell because both Billy Bob and T.D. Ray are both barefoot, but they follow the Flintstones logic that the men's feet and features are bigger than the women's. So take that for what you will. And that was the there's also Sheriff Busby, Rufus Busby. And I listened to my aunt before, this guy sounds awful familiar. The way they portray him in the movie remind me so much of when they were doing the show for the Dukes of Hazzard, Boss Hog. And sure enough, I got into this on Wikipedia because the guy that gave the voice to Sheriff Busby was actually the guy that played Boss Hog So it was very convenient that it was the same guy. His name is Sorrel Brook. He just passed away a couple years ago, so thank God for him. Because otherwise, I won't be ahead if I didn't catch on to it right now. But these ghosts are the Boo Brothers. And if you didn't see the movie, they are pretty much a parody of Three Stooges. But they're much more annoying. Let me tell you, they're much more annoying. Especially the guy with the green aviator cap. He's the guy that always does the nut. Like totally joke of the Three Stooges. And they are very annoying. And the guy with the hat, not the big hat, the other one, the guy with the yellow hat, he reminded me of Mo from Stooges. And that one, Larry, is that one with the pink hat on. Now, these ghosts are kind of funny. We all know the ghosts are be able to pass through objects, right? Objects and people, like Casper. But the thing is that in this cartoon, they interact with objects like they themselves are solid objects. So I thought they were pretty funny the way they do that. And they can will themselves to make themselves solid, and then will themselves not to be solid, to be transparent, whatever you call it. So anyway, the good thing is that in the opening sequence, it shows up the will for the crow goes the wind lands on Shaggy's doorstep, and the witchy voice that plays through this is played by June Foray. And it's funny because in the song they actually warn everybody that the Boo Brothers are on the case, and the Boo Brothers are like supposed to be all menacing, all powerful, or whatever. But I think what happens is that when the Boo Brothers are called on a case, they tend to annoy the person to death. Or they annoy them so much that they call them not to want to haunt the place anymore. Because that's what they are. They're really robustly annoying. They're more annoying than Scooby-Doo. So in any case, Scooby, Scrappy, and Shaggy did we could call it the middle of the night, seeing that the old man died, and left Shaggy, the main benefactor. I guess there were no other family members in line to receive the big shebang, the property, the buried treasure, whatever else you can think of. So they go onto the Beauregard plantation in the middle of the night. They couldn't wait till the daytime to do this. They had to do it at night. And they also get visited by the ghosts of the Headless Horseman. So they kind of trying to make this Disney thing too, the Headless Horseman. And get bothered by the ghosts of Colonel Beauregard. Which is funny because during his haunting of them, he said the word, leave this place, leave this place. Now, you can't help but think of when my mother said to me, leave this place, because he knows that I love the cartoon. So leave this place. Which is really funny now that you think about it, because he's the one that invited them over to get the stay on the property and get the treasure from them, because he's the rightful heir. So it's very funny. Now also there's also this part where I really don't think this is necessary for a Scooby-Doo movie, but they mention an ape. A big blue ape that can understand English. It's right here. And it's kind of weird because toward the end of the movie he has affections for Scooby. And like he says, "Ooh, pretty, can I pet you?" You know, yeah, like with Google eyes and like this, like, "Ooh, can I pet you?" And it's like kind of weird, kind of like a. I don't want to say sexual, but it's kind of a weird, innocent fascination with the puppy dog. Like, oh, can I pet him? And then he scratches him and stuff like that. And it's come off a very strange and unusual. And not like Lily Geeks or anything like that. It's just pretty strange and creepy. Especially with the way Scooby responds to it. And he did that Shaggy trying to scratch upon him or something. And get him in the mood. But I think that's kind of unnecessary, especially since Farquaad refers to him as a ghost ape. And you know, it's funny, when one of the ghost skeleton in this case, see the ape, he gets scared and he shrieks like into Farquaad's voice. So we think that Farquaad is the one that haunts everything. And it's like the ghost of Beauregard, of skeleton ghost, of the ghost of the Headless Horseman. I think there was something else too. Anyway, I'll think of it later on. But there were more manifestations, and it can't be him because he's got hunchback, so he can't really stand up straight enough to portray the ghosts and whatnot. So that's kind of a dead giveaway. No pun intended on that one. But let's see here. Let's see. There's also a part where I like it when they show that one of the trio is in danger of some kind, and the other two said, you know, we might be scared cats. Well, let's go back there and protect our friend and family member from the real danger. I actually like that. I respect that about Scooby-Doo and that Shaggy. Now, there's also moments where I remember from when I was a kid, like sound effect. For example, when go with the aviator cap on, said, hold his breath like, and then transforms his head into a light bulb, and then blows out. There's also the part where the same ghost sticks a tongue, and then one of the others pulls it so hard that it ends up almost puking. And that doesn't be funny to me. So, yeah, I remember the clues being the chimney, the pier, the grandfather clock, like in the car, like in this, the bear cave. I mean, how would Beauregard able put that together? There would be a bear in the cave 100 years from when he died, and all of that. So, also, I have a question for you guys. If, let's say, there was a jewel in the clue up in the chimney, or in nature aside from, how would the guy determine, if these clues and these jewels are safe? From like wind blown away, or like the thing that's quick or flood coming around and get rid of it before Shaggy has a chance to arrive. It doesn't. You should have all your clues, all your determining factors inside the house or inside of a cave or a rock formation or something, so that it'd be easy and so that it can't be disrupted by nature or by some prankster or something. Moreover, when they go into the basement cellar and they have to find like a bunch of hams hanging in the old-fashioned way in the basement. Now, how can they? Why are these hams so fresh? The only person in there is Farquaad that's living there. And by the way, I gotta admit, Farquaad is hilarious with his little tackle. I wish they brought him back for something else. He was a gem, Farquaad. Also, another thing that was a real gem was when they would go do the phone book for like ghost extermination. This movie came out in 88. So, the movie Ghostbusters came out in 84. I'm not sure the sequel came out in 87 or past that date, but they had to make sure they put reference to Ghostbusters in there. But they couldn't actually call it Ghostbusters because that's a different property altogether. They also make reference to the movie King Kong and referring to the ghost ape, which I think is really funny. It's only for a second on the opposite page of the ghost of the Moon Brothers ghost extermination, but it's fine there. The symbol is right there, plain as day. Except no symbol. No circle with a cross in it. That's real funny. Also, the music is kind of cool too because they put like a dun different moods in the movie. That's pretty cool. I think it's original. And of course, you have to have repeat animation with Billy Bob, C.D. May, and the other ran away from the gorilla. Yeah, from the gorilla. Escape from the zoo, which the sheriff had to go take care of. Now, it's pretty funny because in the course of the movie, the sheriff has to, the sheriff ends up going into the water, into the lake, by which he gets cold afterwards. So it's kind of funny that they don't actually, when all is said and done with, they reveal that all these ghosts, except for the Colonel, which is a real being, is a real ethereal being. They actually show that the sheriff was behind it. The sheriff, because his brother, who looked almost exactly like him, got a handle up on my sash. It's revealed that he's been impersonating the sheriff. And the thing is that this guy has whenever he impersonates a ghost after he has a cold, he doesn't change his voice to reflect his cold illness. So I don't know if that was just an oversight by the people that made the movie, or with kind of voice modulator or something. But that was a pretty interesting thing that I noticed. That there is a genuine mystery to it. You gotta try to find these clues and stuff to find out what treasure it's hidden. And it's funny because first there's a clue, and there's another clue, then there's more. Then the treasure pieces get bigger and bigger and bigger to signify that the gang is getting closer to find the big prize, the big enchilada. And then even a point where you think that Farquaad is the main bad guy, because during the quest they find a diamond necklace, to which the security ghost steals, and then Farquaad ends up getting the necklace back. So I don't know how they made it so that the Farquaad gets the necklace from the ghost, which is the fake sheriff. Also, yeah, this is kind of weird for me now that I'm an adult and stuff, but I'm kind of wondering why anyone would even think about going there, because two dogs with a skeleton ghost. I mean, the dogs cry out loud. They're like bones. They'll obviously attack to go to the skeleton or whatever you call it. But there are actual legitimate ghosts in the movie, besides with the ones that I mentioned before, because that one thing type hand comes out and scratches Scooby-Doo's neck, and then they also have one the ghost that animates the Shaggy's pants, and then this other one. There are all kinds of creatures and stuff in it, but the ghosts in the little chest in the pier area, and then let's see. There's also a little thing about a bat when Scooby-Doo puts that into see about to look inside of it. He finds a bat, but the bat's like a little do-rag on his head. That's pretty funny. What's the well there? Yeah. Because Scooby-Doo and Shaggy and Scrappy-Doo are alone in this movie. When I was a kid, I tried to link this to the TV show, and I try to link the one with the Ghost of Scooby-Doo with the TV show too, in that they were trying to that they had to find each member of Mystery Inc. So like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo found it, then they would find Scooby-Doo, then eventually they would find Daphne, and eventually they would find the others like Velma and Fred and anybody else too. So it was actually kind of funny that's like that one in the middle to the whole linking them together to the story. It didn't work out that way, but I think. Let's see, well, they also have a cool wolf thing too, a wolf, demonic wolf thing, like familiar in Norse mythology here, but they didn't mention him again. We're alongside the ghost that has a husband, which just turned out to be a mechanical horse with a dummy stuffed on top of him. That's why Sheriff Busby says, "Shut up the horse, shut up. And it's funny because at the end of the movie, Scooby-Doo get the gorilla to give back the jewels that he stole from the others. Scooby-Doo offers to get him a horse to play with. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Giant gorilla over there playing with the mechanical horse. Now, I didn't think of this. I didn't think of myself doing its view, but I gotta say that Jane Goodall just passed away the other day. So let's give a moment on her. She was a fine chimpanzee trainer, and I guess she could understand the apes better than any person could. So let's give her a moment on. And also, one of the other more annoying traits of the Boo Brothers is that while they were still working on this case of getting rid of the ghosts over there, they ended up inviting their family for a party. And the party involved loud music and food and all that. But they also had cameos from other film franchises, horror film franchises in ghost form. For example, they had one ghost that was like a Frankenstein or a Frankenberry parody, and then they had another like a Judge Jekyll Mr. Hyde parody, and they also had a Dracula ghost parody with his wife that was also like a vampire. I don't think it's right with named in the movie, but you know what I'm saying, right? A good variety of that. And yeah, they also had a chic version of it, where it's one with the head covering that they had there. That was kind of racist, but because it was so quick, it really didn't matter. It didn't really reach that much. Let's see, it was crappy jokes. Like, the close on saying thing had to read it. No. That was like kind of annoying. And let's see, they portrayed us in this little image. They portrayed a skeptical that's being able to glow. He wasn't able to glow in the cartoon. Also, I should point out that this movie, I think, was made for TV. Because while they were showing it, they had create the black spots like about a half hour into each section. So you could tell that it would come into the movie at actual commercial break. Like every 20 minutes or so, they would say, "Oh, we gotta go." And feed the black, and then they would have the rest of the show for 20 minutes or so after that. Then they go back to black again. Now, they also mentioned sinkholes here. The truck, the famous Scooby-Doo truck, ended up sinking to the bottom of Bear Cave, which they recovered later on. Thank God it didn't land on the bear itself. Depending on how pissed off the bear would be. Well, also they have City May actually fighting with her brother over him wanting to kill him, and wanting to kill Shaggy, her not wanting him to do that. So then she wraps the gun around him, and then she tried to knock around the gun too. So did the ape. So I'm like, how many guns does this guy own? They can do that. They can take the blunderbuss and shoot with. But it looks like he's got an infinite ammo stream too, or an infinite clip. And it was like really good. This cartoon. Everything was all tied up in his bow. Billy Bugs to the death out of one because of the ape. And see me is still not I'm assuming she's still single. She can call me anytime she wants to. I would love to see her as cosplaying as her. I would love that because the only appearance that she made. But also, there's something else too that when he's in trouble, he'll go over the fact that he keeps shooting his gun at anything that moves, even the police in the popo. Also, in there, he shuts his bullets in the back. Hey, look, boys, we got another bubble car over here. So then they start shooting wildly at poor Shaggy. Now, I actually like this movie because I show Shaggy and Scooby actually running away from legitimate threats. They're not scaredy cats, they're not ghosts, they're not anything in your mind. They're actual people with guns. I want to kill these people. That does seem pretty nice. And the other thing says that when he thinks he'd be captured by a monster, he said, "Oh man, the monster got me. I ain't no monster, sugar. I'm just a girl that won't marry you. And yeah, you should fool me about the monster." So that was actually pretty funny. Now, also at the end of the movie, they end up getting all the clues, and then sheriff ends up using them to find the lost clue, and they find out that it's in the fireplace. So then he pulls an obvious lever, and it's like a big slot machine. Now, number one, why do they gotta be cherries? You know, I'm not a big slot machine expert or anything, but I'm pretty sure that whenever cherries come up, usually it's like the lowest common denominator for jackpot. You're not really expecting that much from a bunch of cherries. You know, if you're gonna pick anything, pick a symbol like like the sevens or money bags, or you know, something a little more valuable than cherries. Be a jackpot. Number two, put the lever somewhere where no one can see it. Number three, now, if the treasure is in the fireplace, wouldn't it make better sense to not stand in front of the fireplace, you know, stand up to the side, so that when the treasure does come down, it doesn't bury like what happened to the guy Rufus. So that's how he's caught. And you know, to this guy's credit, he doesn't do the we got way too to where you meddling dog and you meddling kids. Yeah, and your dog doesn't do that. And getting it, but he does do it mumbling and stuff, and in the end, after the crime is solved, and they donate all their treasure except for gas mining tools, gas food tools, they end up giving the entire Beauregard mansion to Farquaad and the Boo brothers to help them out, because apparently when they go over their backstory, the Boo brothers said that they were orphan ghosts. No mother, no father. And yes, do that with a little brother in their position too. Now, yeah, I don't know how it works out. I don't know how you can be a ghost and have no mother and father, because you will presume that they were all dead. So how can you be dead by being born first? No, I'm gonna go crazy doing that. Well, the house itself was actually pretty cool. Besides clues being in the grandfather's closet, there were also like script passages opened up by a piano key and all that. And it was actually pretty cool. I wouldn't own a house like that. With script passages, all kinds of other properties. And by the way, it was also suspicious that the colonel had access to it. Modern, like Indiana Jones style movie traps, as well as a modern steamroller machine that could get the wall. I can't say what it is. Yeah, there was also a little party that the Boo Brothers had. Yeah, a little toy ghost demonstrate that prowess and getting rid of the other ghosts. I love the way optical toy was so advanced that it was able to throw off the people and the ghosts, even though it was never found. So basically, that thing is still loose and stuff. And then on the way out, they end up giving a salute to the real ghost of Colonel Beauregard as he sees them off. So yeah, it was like pretty cool. See all that. And the ape's voice was provided by, I believe, was Frank Walker, because he did the voice of so many animals in anime movies that I'm pretty sure that there is nothing that he can't, that there is no animal that he can't imitate. Even long dead like the T-Rex. I'll take it. The guy the one with the green EVS cap on, he can play piano apparently. Even push piano he will not with flair. And let's see here, like poor Farquaad. The only man see that he's old diamond and stuff from when the for the colonel for all these years. Which brings up again the part that the colonel was obviously a swart guy. So Farquaad is placed in more modern times. So that's another great elaborate how old the colonel was before he died. Because before he died, it looked like he was walking upright, he was fit as a fiddle, and he was just old. That's all the blood to it. But he seemed like a nice guy, even with his little googly eyes. And Austin Keckle. Let's see, so they get out of there, give up like flute, and that's the end of it. The Boo Brothers Habib got their own house. Oh, in future movies, I would love it if they went back there and they did like how you doing? He's my new friend, Velma and Daphne and Freeze. We got rid of Scooby-Doo, some people out on the road for pets and all that. It's fine. And I just like this movie for my time. And thank you for watching my video about the Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers. A very funny movie. Very well animated and fun time. There wasn't that much repeat animation or faces or anything like that. I wish they brought back the truck. Where they brought back Sammy Strongans as well as Big Strongans, and the Boo Brothers were always playing annoyingly charming. That's even a word. So I did this for a month of Halloween in 2025, October. And as you can imagine, I give this movie a hearty, happy face seal of approval because it's freaking awesome. And I think you like it if you like Scooby-Doo stuff. I want to say that this is a reference that they refer to this in Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. When they have this award soldier say, "Thank you for freeing us all." And yeah, it's very good. In fact, the house here remind me of the house my mom Zombie Island houses, mansion, and just very, very cool movie. If you like what you see here, and you want to know my views, you know, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also get me on you can also get me by calling me or texting me by using my cell phone at 631-707-3707. Or you can follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer to call that at PNelsonPro. Also, my email is jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. Yeah, one of the ghosts is voiced by Bob Hoffman. I can say which one that is, but I know the voice one of them. So, if you want the original voice actors for these characters, watch this cartoon. I hope all you guys like these Scooby-Doo cartoons, more like classic but this sketchy drawings of these characters. Just watch this cartoon. I think you'll like it. Also, the clues in this remind me of a little bit like Blue's Clues. Almost like dogs. Obviously, no, not blue. And I like the way they have the ghost actually helped out the main characters in the end. When the skeleton ghost has them trapped in the boat. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Scooby-Doo, and I'll see you in the next video, girls and guys in Interland. Sayonara, hasta la vista, ciao ciao, and peace out, my brothers and sisters. See ya.